G'day guys, Mick here. So this week's 5 minute yarn is one that wasn't asked through the responses to a previous video, but it is one that has been asked in the past. What camera gear do I use and why? Well, I have two main cameras, two Sony action cameras. I have the HDR AS15 and the HDR AS20. The one I'm recording this on now is the HDR15, AS15. The AS15 I picked up as a freebie as part of a mobile phone contract through Optus. Basically I bought a Sony Xperia phone and got the Sony action camera free with that. That was, I think, about late 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. So it's an 8 to 9 year old camera. It films in 1080p at 30 FPS. It takes a micro SD card. As you can hear, the audio is not too bad. I'm not wearing the lapel mic or anything with this. As with all 5 minute yarns, there's no editing. So yeah, the audio in it's not too bad. About 12 months ago I picked up an AS20, so the next model up from this one. It films again 1080p, but it does do 60 FPS instead of 30, so I probably should use that as the main camera, but at the moment I use this one. I also have a little Fuji FinePix waterproof camera. Look, to be honest, I don't remember the details for it. I know it films in 1080p, it films as an MOV file instead of an MP4. It's waterproof to like 10 meters, drop proof to fucking 20 or something, I don't remember, but it's not a bad little camera. It does give quite a nice, vivid, bright video. However, the battery life in that's pretty shit house when I'm filming videos. So for most part I use it for photos, but occasionally I do use it for videos. The thing I hate about the Sony action cameras is that they're all fisheye lenses, as you can possibly tell in this one. The Fuji one isn't, and it's great. I was using another Fuji sort of DSLR point and shoot sort of thing, bit of a hybrid. It had the extendable lens and everything, but that only filmed in 720p. The other camera I use is my mobile phone. I've got a Sony a Galaxy A32, I think it is. I recently got that, and I think that actually films in 4K, but you know, memory storage in that's pretty limited. The microphone's pretty limited. Image stabilization, stuff like that's pretty minimal, so it's a cheap phone. It does alright for me, but yeah, occasionally I'll use that for a little bit of video, and I normally use that for my 5 minute yarns. It's only that I'm sitting down today, so I'm filming other videos with the cameras. So they're the main cameras that I use. I've recently purchased a set of microphones. They're a lapel mic that run down and plug into a transmitter and then transmit to the little receiver, which records on my little dictaphone thing. Sounds complicated, I know, but it's not. It's just microphone transmits, blah blah blah. I use that for the majority of my audio in my videos now. Haven't done many of these videos yet with the new microphone. The first one was my UHF video, then Sun Valley. And yeah, so they were the first two that were done. Actually, most of Sun Valley wasn't even done with that. The UHF video was. So yeah, it's something that's still quite new to the arsenal, and it works well. What do I edit with? I use Sony, oh sorry, it's not Sony anymore. I use Vegas Pro 19 made by Magix. Sony sold to Magix in version 13, I think it was. I had version 8 for years. It was run under Sony, but it didn't like MP4 files, so that's why I used to use the older camera with the 720p more, because that filmed in AVI and it was a lot easier to use the old software. Purchased a new one, it was $520. It's a big chunk for me, as you've seen in previous videos where I say, you know, I am on effectively a pension. So it was a big chunk for me to fork out, and yeah, that's sort of how I do my videos. I use Vegas Pro 19. It's brilliant software. Yes, it's expensive, but it is really great software. I absolutely love it. There's so much to do with it, and I only know the basics. The cameras, well, I'd love to upgrade to 4K, and it will happen eventually, but as it sits now, and I know this might be a bit of a double-edged sword, but as it sits now, the channel doesn't make me any money. So to turn around and keep throwing money at something that's not making me money is sort of, it's a bit pointless in a way. I know it might lead to making money in the future, and hopefully it will. But look, I think at the moment the content that I produce is quite good. Some of you might think otherwise, but I think it's pretty good. I try to do the best I can with my editing and with the filming and everything, and it's the best that I've been able to afford. So, but anyway guys, that's what gear I use when I'm filming. Again, it's the two Sony cameras, the AS20 and the AS15. It's the Fuji camera occasionally, but that's normally a photo camera rather than a video camera. And then it's the cheap eBay mics. That mic pack was a twin pack from eBay for, from memory, I think it was $96. I know I've had people put shit on me, oh, you need to buy the Rode ones and stuff. Well, at $250 each, I just can't justify it. As I said, you know, for something that's not making me any sort of money at the moment, I can't justify it. When I get to a point where I can make money out of the channel, then the money that I can make from the channel will go back into upgrading equipment. But for now, I deal with what I've got, I make the best of what I've got, and do it that way. So, alright guys, that's probably over 5 minutes, so take care, peace, and as always, I'll see you on the tracks.